Hey everyone! As we continue to look back at 2024, we want to talk about our favorite games from the year. Now, these don't have to be the games that came out in 24, just ones we played and reviewed for our channel. Note, this isn't necessarily the best game of the year, just the ones that we personally enjoyed the most. Number 5.
My number 5 game of the year was Persona 3 Reload. Dad has always spoken really highly of this series, but I've never had a chance to play any. So, I finally got my first shot with this, and boy was it a first impression. The graphics were great, the story was neat, a bit heavy for my first one, but fun nonetheless. I really enjoyed the characters and the different personas. All in all, a great first experience for the series.
So, my number 5 is Eiyuden Chronicle. I've loved the Suikoden series since the first one. I kickstarted this game years ago, and to finally have it come out was awesome. It had some issues on release, some bugs, and some elements I didn't feel lived up to the standards of the Suikoden series, but it was a great RPG and a beautiful love letter to the series it was emulating. I really hope they continue with this series going forward because I want to see more of this.
Number 4. At number 4, I have Final Fantasy V. With Dad and I trying to play our way through the series, they've all been good, but a bit serious for me. So when my dad said it was goofy, I was immediately intrigued. The characters were really cool, the story was hilarious, the music was great, and I really loved the job system. I've enjoyed the other 4 games, but now I'm really excited to move forward in the series.
Okay, so who actually thought a tech demo would turn into one of the best games of 2024? Not me, and that's why at number 4 I have Astrobot. This was such a welcome surprise when it was announced, and even more of a surprise when it lived up to the excitement. The game is beautiful to look at, a joy to play, and a real treat to the ears. Throw in a healthy amount of nostalgia and you have one of the best games of the year. This is a rare instance where I played a game and found myself just smiling almost the entire time. The joy and whimsy that Astro contained was exactly what I needed this year, and I'm so glad Sony gave Team Asobi the chance to make this. Number 3.
So after playing Persona 3 and Final Fantasy V earlier in the year, Dad showed me a trailer for Metaphor, a Persona-like game with a job system? Yeah, sign me up. This game has some of the better written characters I've ever experienced, some cool mechanics, and easily one of the best villains. Plus, I felt like the game did a great job of making you feel like you were really on this giant journey and political campaign. But also, you get to zip around on a flying sword. It really doesn't get much cooler.
For my number 3, I'm going with Unicorn Overlord. This game surprised me by being every bit as good as I hoped it would be. The art is fantastic, character designs are beautiful, the music, story, writing, and combat are all top notch. It lost some points because the different region stories, while great, felt disjointed from the overall narrative, but this was one of the better games I played in 2024, and I really hope Vanillaware is lying about not planning any sequels. Really? That's the best take you had? But on a whole.
Number 2. Whoever had the idea of putting Mario and RPG together deserves a statue out front of Nintendo HQ, like right now. Dad had really hyped this one up as one of his favorite games from his childhood, so I wasn't sure what to expect going in. And man did it blow me away. The game captured the goofy nature of Mario, introduced some really cool characters like Mallow and Gino. You get to fight Power Rangers, and Peach literally slaps.
At number 2, I have Metaphor Refantasio. Guess I like this one a bit more than the boy. For all the same reasons he listed, plus I'll throw in some of the best characters in recent memory. Heismay really hit home. Stroll was fantastic. The ladies Yufa and Juna were absolute gems, and the crier was hilarious. The story and writing were peak from Atlas. For many, many reasons, this was the best game I played this year, just not my favorite. Number 1.
And finally, my number 1 game of the year is Astrobot! Most of the games of the year this year were RPGs, and those are all great. But having Astro come along and break it up was really needed. Little did I know, this would be the best platformer ever. The power-ups were really creative, like who thought up a farting dog? Astro was amazing. The level designs were fantastic. As my dad mentioned, the references, many of which I didn't get yet, were all really cool. The game absolutely more than passed my hype.
So, if you follow me at all on Twitter, and you really should, this shouldn't surprise you. I have hyped up Tales of Consider Zao at every opportunity I've had. This game, while perhaps not the best game of the year, is easily my favorite. There has not been a game in years that stuck with me like this one did. I have found myself thinking about it frequently. The emotional narrative, the beautiful art design, the music, coupled with fantastic writing, emotionally touching themes, and fun combat, just made for a great little game that has not let me go. It's sad that this game got so much hate by morons online, and I really hope the team behind it finds good landing spots because I would love to see more from them.
So those are our top 5 games that we played in 2024. Have you played any of these? What were your top games of the last year? Whatever your thoughts, please support us with a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks everyone.